Hanging on to the best and brightest workers is crucial to business success. When someone leaves an organization, the employer is faced with many costs, from recruitment to training to lost productivity. So here's a look at what every manager needs to know about retention.
Surprisingly, it's not always money. Usually people don't quit their company, they quit their boss.
Randall Craig, author of Personal Balance Sheet, knows a lot about career change, and he says that bosses are one of the main reasons that employees quit.
What drives people away, it's a question of what dissatisfies them more than anything else. Sometimes their manager does things that they don't like, or they're not treated, they're not coached, they're not trained, and this is something that causes an awful lot of friction. You deal with your manager every day, not always the company.
Craig says there are several factors that determine an employee's overall level of satisfaction, and as a manager, you can't afford to ignore them. Placing yourself in your employees' shoes is often the best way to get some perspective on their concerns.
Is the job helping you reach your career goals? Is it helping you achieve life balance? Are you intellectually challenged? Are you paid fairly? Those are the kinds of things that you should look at. And as an employer, these are things that are very much under your control.
Craig says that although money isn't the driving factor in overall job satisfaction, fair pay is.
We want to make sure that people aren't thinking always about how little they're making or how much they're making, but they're incentivized properly so that their objectives are the very same as the organization's.
Paying fairly is important, or else your employees may jump ship. But another reason employees quit is because of those that are closest to them, their coworkers. And as a manager, you need to recognize this, but you also need to set an example.
From a modeling perspective, the question is, do you like your colleagues, and what can you do to model the great behaviors that you want your employees to actually do? So if you want people to work harder, as a manager, are you working harder?
Work-life balance is another thing that's crucial to keeping your staff. Your employees are people with families and lives, and they need to balance all of this. As a manager, you need to know the importance of work-life balance.
So what an employer needs to do is provide the environment to allow the person to have the kind of balance that they need, while at the same time making sure that they meet their work commitments that they themselves make.
The one thing managers must realize is that for some employees, it's only a job, and for others, it's a career. But it's the manager's role to provide support and to motivate.
We've got to distinguish between what a job is and what a career is. And everybody may have career goals, but is a particular job that they're in helping them reach those particular goals? And I think it behooves us as managers to ask their people, what is it that you want to do? And can we provide some support? That, more than anything else, shows that you're behind them and you're not an 8-ball in front of them.
As a manager, you have to work with your employees to make sure their needs are being met. And you can do this by keeping your employees engaged and intellectually challenged, by paying them fairly and recognizing the importance of work-life balance, and by supporting and motivating your employees to reach their career goals.